Shalom, Israel, shalom. Right? First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory right to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? I want to give a mighty shalom to the brethren, right, that are out there on the highways and byways, making their body a living sacrifice, right, and enduring into the end, right, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give a mighty shalom to the sisters as well, right? That's holding it down in the households, man. Right? Teaching the children, right? Teaching the young sisters how to be princesses, right? A mighty shalom, right? A mighty shalom to just all Israel in general, right? That are keeping the commandments and having faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? So today on this Mapogo Monday, right, we're gonna talk about how to have patience and why you need to have patience, right? Ultimately, you need to have patience in the Most High God, right? Because while we see all these things happening, right, we see all the calamities coming about, we see the famine kicking off, right? We see World War III on the rise, right? We want to continue to have patience in the Most High God, man, right? So let's get Proverbs, right, chapter 20 and verse number 22, right? And let's remember, Israel, right, to have your Bible, your Apocrypha, right, and a pen and pad so that you could go back to these scriptures and meditate on them, right? You should meditate on the scriptures day and night, right? So with this lesson is very important for Israel, right? Because a lot of the times Israel will lose their patience, right? They will feel like they could go and do things of their own, right? Instead of waiting on the Most High God, right? They kind of want to go back and forth, right? Going against the heathen, man, right? But the Most High God is going to handle it at the end of the day, man, right? So let's get Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 22, right? And it reads, say not thou, I will recompense evil. So don't say that, oh, I'm going to go and get my get back, right? I'm going to go get vengeance. Don't say that, right? But wait on the Lord and he shall save thee, right? That's what we have to do in Israel. Well, we have to constantly have that in our minds each and every day to wait on Yahweh Shem Shai, right? And he will save us out of this captivity. He will save us from all the calamities of this world, man. But we have to wait on the Most High God. We have to be patient. And a lot of times, hey, brothers and sisters have to fast for this. You have to fast and pray to the Most High to give you that spirit of patience, man, right? Because when all calamity come upon you, all the afflictions, all the hardships of this world, right? Your patience and your faith is going to be tested. So it's very important to build up your faith while you're here right now, man. Right? Let's get James chapter 5 and verse 8. James chapter 5 and verse number 8. This is James chapter 5 and verse number 8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, right? You want to be able to strengthen yourself in these last days. That's what establishing your heart is, right? Establishing your mind, right? You want to gather your thoughts together and gather them in righteousness, man. Continue to have thoughts of the Most High God each and every day when you're going out to work, right? When you just taking daily walks, man, right? You want to constantly have the Most High God on your mind, so you have to establish your hearts. You have to strengthen yourself in these last days, Israel, right? For the coming of the Lord draweth nigh, right? The wrath of the Most High God is on its way, man, right? It's only a matter of time when the Most High God sends Yahweh Shai back on this earth to wreak havoc, man, right? To cause desolation on the earth, right? So we have to establish our hearts. We have to have self-control over ourselves, right? Let's get Luke, right? Chapter 21 and verse number 19. Right? Luke chapter 21 and verse 19. Right? This is Luke chapter 9. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse number 19. In your patience, possess your souls, man. You want to be able to have self-control over yourself. You want to possess your soul, man. Right? Because a lot of brothers, a lot of the times, and a lot of sisters, they could get out the spirit a couple of times, man. Right? But you have to possess your souls, man. You have to have self-control over yourself. Right? You have to be patient and have faith in the Most High God, man. No matter what comes upon you, you have to have patience in the Most High God. And if you want that real patience, man, right? Having patience no matter what that comes your way, you have to pray and fast, man. You have to. All right. Let's get Romans chapter 5. Romans chapter 5 and verse number 3. All right. All right. This video is not going to be too long and it's not going to be too short, man. It's going to be a balance between the two. All right. This is Romans chapter 5 and verse number 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also. Right? We're supposed to glory in tribulation. When your trials and tribulations come upon you, shalom, sis, right? When your trials and tribulations come upon you, right, you kind of want to glory in that thing, man. You want to rejoice, right? Because the Most High God is dealing with you going through these trials and tribulations, right? And with these trials and tribulations being upon you, the Most High God is always going to give you a way to escape. But you have to continue to have faith in the Most High God, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, right? Knowing that tribulation worketh patience, man. Right? We all been pushed to a point through our tribulation, right? Whatever you went through, that after you overcame that tribulation, right? You found out that you had to be patient, man. Tribulation is gonna work patience. So you have to understand any trials and tribulations that you go through, you have to be patient through it, man. The Most High God is going to test your patience and your faith. How patient are you going to be, man? The Most High God is very patient with Israel. And we have to be of that same mindset, man. Being patient with our brothers and sisters, right? Being patient in whatever we go through, right? And patience, experience, right? Your patience, it works experience as well. Your patience is going to work experience. With you constantly having patience, long suffering, you get experience on how to continue to have patience each and every time. You strengthen yourself to be patient. And now you're able to teach others how to be patient because it's commanded for us to stay patient, to be patient, right? And experience hope. With that experience, it gives you hope, right? It gives you faith, man. And that's what we need in these last days. We need that hope. We need that faith, man. Because we understand the prophecies, right? We understand all hell is getting ready to break loose. So you need that hope. But with that hope comes patience and experience. You need both of the two. Hey, shalom, Mark. Shalom. Right? With that patience, you need to continue to have experience as well. Right? And with that experience, it comes hope. So we need to build up ourselves in this like manner, having patience, so that we can have that experience, right? So that we can have that faith. Because walking in this truth, you should constantly want to increase each and every day, being patient and your faith being increased each and every day, right? Brothers might see a chariot in the sky, man. That increases your faith. That makes you want to go 10 times harder for the Most High. You see a brother that might have been scoffing at you, man, heavily, but now he in the truth. That boosts your faith up, man. And that causes you to want to be patient with your brothers and sisters each and every time you talk to somebody, right? So Israel, we got to work on our patience, right? We can't get out of the spirit, man. We have to stay in the spirit constantly, right? In the spirit of patience as well, man. Right? So let's get Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. This is Romans chapter 15 and verse number 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? And we understand that, right? The Bible is our records, right? Our records of our forefathers, right? The righteous, right, of Israel, and even the wicked of Israel on how they move. We have to learn from our wicked forefathers' mistakes so that we won't become wicked as well. And we have to learn from our righteous forefathers' mistakes so that we can continue to walk in righteousness, man. Right? That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Through these scriptures, you're gonna have patience. So that's why you have to continue to read the scriptures each and every day, because you're gonna get a more understanding of how patient you have to be. The Most High God said that this captivity was gonna be long. So you have to be patient in this thing. You have no choice. You have to be patient. If you don't want to be patient, hey man, I don't know what to say, man. The Most High was patient with the nation of Israel. He could have destroyed the whole nation, man. But instead he was long suffering. He was patient. So we have to be the same way towards each other, right? And even having patience in the Most High, man. Because he's not just gonna snap his finger, man, and bring your house shot right back right now. Prophecy still has to play out. There are timelines, man. Prophecy still has to go out. So while prophecy is going out, we have to continue to endure. We have to continue to have patience in the Most High God, man. The same way He has patience for us, right? And comfort of the scriptures. These scriptures are going to give you comfort. It's going to be a comforter, man. You have to remember that, right? You want to be comfort. You want to be comfortable, right? While all hell is breaking loose, man. You want to have the mindset of being, uh, uh, having stability, man. Because wisdom is the stability of our times. So with that wisdom, right, you need the scriptures, so it could teach you. It could teach you how patient you need to be, how long suffering you need to be. Never lose your patience in this truth. Continue to increase in patience. And nobody's saying it's an easy thing, man. Nobody's saying it's an easy thing. But you have to learn how to be patient. There's a lot of mighty brothers that are very patient, man. And you just have to learn from them, right? Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 4. God, I you in the spirit, man. Right? That was my precept. Romans chapter 5, verse 2 through 4 was my precept right before here. So you in the spirit, right? Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 4. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse number 4. But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of God, right? We have to approve ourselves as the approving, Salakia, ourselves as the ministers of God. Being a minister of God, you're being a servant to the Most High God. So you have to prove yourself each and every time, man, right? In much patience. You have to have much patience, man. You have to have a lot of patience moving on in this truth, continuing to increase in this truth. You have to have much patience. I always tell brothers we cannot decrease in this truth, man. We got to continue to increase. And having much patience is a part of that increase. You need Patience, man. Right? In afflictions, right? While you're going through the hardships of this world, you want to have patience, man. You want to continue to pray to the Most High God, right? That He comforts you, that He gives you that hedge of protection, man. And necessities, the things that you need, right? That goes back to praying to the Most High, but you have to be patient, man. You have to wait upon the Most High God to give you your desires, to give you the things that you need, man. In distresses, right? Your calamities, right? Your troubles, your trials and tribulations. You have to have patience in the Most High God, man. Because we're walking in patience, man. Right? That's a beautiful thing in the eyes of the Most High, man. There's many accounts through the scriptures where brothers were patient, and it's told to us to be patient as well. So as us continue to follow after the scriptures, right, learning from these scriptures, we have to stay patient, man. Don't just go off and do your own thing, man, or try to do your own thing, right? You want to stay patient in Yahweh Shema Shai. You want to have patience for your people. We understand Jake and Eve could get on our nerves, man. We know this, right? But we have to have patience in them because there was a point in time where we didn't have understanding as well, and brothers had patience on us. So we have to reciprocate that same thing to the brothers and sisters that we're out there teaching, right? And for the sisters out there teaching the children, you have to be patient with them. They might not learn it all in one day, right? But as long as you plant that seed, man, the Most High God will make the increase. So brothers and sisters, hey, we got to stay patient, man. Right? Let's get First Timothy, right? Chapter 6 and verse 11. So like Israel. All right. This is First Timothy chapter 6 and verse number 11. But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, right? As we understand through the scriptures, right? We understand that righteousness is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Proceeding to Deuteronomy 6 and verse 25, Psalm chapter 119 and verse 172, right? And I believe Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 26, right? But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, right? Keep the law, statutes, and commandments, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. These are things that we got to follow. We have to follow these things. We have to stay following after righteousness, godliness, right? Having those good works, man. Loving your brothers and your sisters, right? Faith, having faith in the Most High God, man. Don't ever take your trust off the Most High, right? Love, right? Continue to have that love for your people, right? No matter what. No matter what goes on, continue to have love for your people, man. Patience, right? You have to follow after patience. You have to be patient for your people, right? You got to be patient on the Most High God, man. Right? Meekness, right? You have to follow after being humble, right? Continue to be humbled in this truth, man. The humble route is the best route, man. Continue to stay humble. Right? Let's get Titus, right? Titus chapter 2 in verse number 6. Or Salakia. Titus chapter 2 and verse 2. All right, this is Titus chapter 2 and verse 2. That the aged man be sober, grave, right? Grave is being honest. Right? You gotta be honest with your brethren. Even with your sisters, you gotta be honest, man. Right? Temperate. Right? You have to have endurance, man. Right? Ask the most high God to give you that spirit of endurance, because that's what we're gonna need in these last days, man. We're going to need to be able to endure all the hardships that's going to come upon Israel. Because when Jacob's trouble comes upon us, man, that's judgment to the Israelites. So you want to be able to endure all those things that will come upon us, man. Right? Sound in faith. Right? You want to continue to have that faith, man. Right? Fruit of the spirit. Right? You want to continue to have sound. You want to be sound in faith. You want to be unmovable in this faith, man. You want to be steadfast. Right? You don't want anybody to cause you to go off or cause you to get out of this truth or cause you to get out of the spirit. Right? You want to be sound in faith, in charity, right? Do charitable works, man. Right? Go out and show your love to your people, man. Go out and give out that food to your people. Give them the physical food and the spiritual food, man. Do your charitable works, because what? It's like your charity, right, has a multitude of sins. So, hey, man, you should be trying to give all the charity you can, right? And patience, right? The men need to have patience in this thing. As being a leader, you have to lead in patience, man. The men are the leaders, man. So we have to lead in patience. We have to pray and fast to have patience, man. Because your patience is going to be tested in these last days. So if you don't have any patience now, you want to get patience. Hey man, you want to hurry up and get patience. All right. Let's get Second Peter, right? Chapter 1 and verse number 5. Second Peter chapter 1 and verse number 5. Right? This is Second Peter chapter 1 and verse number 5. And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue. Right? You want to add to your faith some virtue, man. Right? All the moral goodliness, man. Right? Having that knowledge, you want to add that to your to the faith, man. Right? Into virtue, knowledge. You want to continue to increase in knowledge, man. There's no reason why you should just be stagnant in this knowledge. You have to continue to increase in knowledge each and every time, and staying diligent in doing it as well. Right? Into knowledge, temperance. With that knowledge, you want to bring on temperance, man. You want to have that endurance. Your knowledge is going to show you how much endurance you're going to need to 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 escape out of the wrath of the Most High, to endure all the hardships that will come upon you in these last days, man. There's a point of time where the Israelites gonna have to go on the run, man. Are you gonna be able to endure that? You need that endurance, man. Right? Patience. You need to be patient, man. Everything's circling back around to patience, because that's needed. It's mandatory for you to have patience. So Israel, I advise y'all to get patience now, man, before it's too late. Into patience, godliness. You want to be perfect in doing it, man. You should strive to be perfect. Strive into having that act of patience, man. Because like I said, it's gonna be tested in these last days, and you want to be ready. You want to be ready for that, man. For whatever calamities or trials or tribulations that come upon you, you want to have patience in the Most High God, man. You want to have in your thought, hey, the Most High God gonna save me out of this. You don't know. You don't need to know when the Most High God is gonna save you out of it. You just need to have patience, man. Even with your people as well. Going out there on the highways and byways teaching them, you need to have patience with them as well. They're not all gonna get it in the first take, man. They might scoff against you, but the next time they come around, right? They might want to get on one accord with you, man. They might want to actually build with you. But you have to walk in that spirit of patience. Right? Right. So that was my last scripture, Israel. That's the end of the lesson. Right? I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. And I hope the brothers and sisters that was on this live, they actually got edified. Right? And Lord willing, you all were able to get this message where to the point you have in your mind that you need patience, man. Right? Let me get one more, right? Come on, I'm gonna get your scripture too, right? Actually, let's get yours first and I'll add on mine. Right? Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 11, right? This is Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 11. Come on. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence into the full assurance of hope unto the end. Right? So you want to be diligent in having your faith, man, unto the end. Right? Having hope in the Most High, man. Right? Having that patience, you have to have it until the end. He that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved, man. So you want to continue to have this until the end. That's why I say it's important and it's mandatory to have this, man. It's important and mandatory to have patience, to have faith in these last days, because that's what's going to be tested. Your patience and your faith, Israel. All right, verse number 12. That ye be not slothful. You don't want to be slothful in this truth, man. You don't want to be lazy. All right, let's hold that, right? Hold that. Let's get Proverbs chapter 6. Let's hold that and get Proverbs chapter 6 and verse number 6, right? And it reads, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, right? You want to look at how the ant moves, right? The ant is a very hard-working animal, man, right? So you want to look at them and be just as hard-working, because you don't want to become like a sluggard or lazy in this truth, man. You should always think upon what else can I do, right? Some brothers might and sisters might feel like, hey, they're not doing enough. Now you got to find something to do, man. There's always something to do, right? There's always something to do in this truth, right? All right, let's go back to Hebrews chapter 6, right? This Hebrews chapter 6 and verse number 12. That ye be not slothful, but followers after them who through faith and patience inherit the promise. Through your patience and your faith, good precept, right? Through your patience and faith, you're going to inherit the promises. You're going to have rulership over the nations, right? You're going to be able to see your children grow up in a righteous estate, right? You're going to have your land back, man, because this world was made for you. This earth was made for you, man. But you need to have faith and patience so you could get those promises, man. All right? Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 15. let's start at verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse number 1. All right? This 1 Corinthians, Salakia, I believe it's 2 Corinthians. Let me see. Salakia. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preach unto you, which also ye have received when ye stand, by which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory what I preached unto you. Right? That's what you want to do. That's why I ask brothers and sisters to write these scriptures down so you can keep them in memory. Right? Because the video is not going to be up forever, man. You never know if Esau just want to take down a video, man. That's why I asked y'all to write these scriptures down so it could be in your memory. Because through these scriptures, you're going to be saved, man. You're going to have an understanding, right? You're going to have that wisdom. Because wisdom is the stability of thy times, man. Right? Unless ye have believed in vain, right? You don't want to believe in vain, man. Right? Believe without a cause, or believe with deceitfulness, man. I believe in this, but I don't believe in that. Right? You have to believe in the whole Bible. Because this was written for you, man. Right? So I hope everybody that was in this life was edified through the scriptures, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? And Lord willing, amen, we continue to increase in patience and faith in these last days, man. Right? And let's endure unto the end, keep the commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai so that we could get the hell up back out of captivity, man. Right? Right? Shalom, Israel. Come here, Shalom. Shalom.